Hey peeps, welcome back. We're talking The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 16. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. It looks like next week's episode is going to be the season finale, and I can't say that I'm sad about it. What did you guys think of this season overall on a scale of 1 to 10? On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this season a 5. It wasn't that great, but it wasn't totally bad either. If I compared it to Salt Lake City, I would say Salt Lake City was much better. Also, when I think about The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I would say that they're bringing in probably a 7, and Salt Lake City definitely came in with a 9.5, if not a full-fledged 10 this season. I don't know how they could have done better. All right, you guys, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. All right, so on to the show. So the show picks up right where it left off, and I can tell that Mia is feeling embarrassed. She's feeling exposed. You can see that everyone now knows that she's full of shit, which is so surprising to me because Mia has been lying since the day she stepped on the screen, and they all know it. How many confessionals, how many times have you seen the girls get together and say over and over again that they found out Mia was lying about X, Y, and Z? So why are they surprised that she's been lying all this time? Karen does tell her, Mia, Gordon said that he had his son tested and he told you about a week ago. So you've known this. You knew this when we were out of the country, and you had us believing that Gordon was on some sort of trip and he had kidnapped your kids, even though you knew that he was going to be picking the children up. And those text messages and everything that she posted last week trying to defend herself showed that she knew that Gordon was going to come get the kids. He said that in his text messages. She actually made herself look like a bigger liar, in my opinion. Now, Stacy, I appreciate her trying to be supportive to Mia. Everybody needs a supportive person in their life. I appreciate that. However, saying that Karen is ambushing her, I thought that was a little too much, because if you want to use the word ambush, you could say Mia ambushed the entire group all season, because every time she got the girls together at any occasion, she wanted everyone to know that Gordon is bipolar, he is manic, he is acting out, my child might not be his, Ink is my man, we're having the sex, I'm also kissing and having the sex or whatever with Jacqueline, and Gordon is manic, and Gordon is this. She told all those lies all season, the whole time. So for Karen to find out the truth from Gordon and bring it up to her, I think that it's fair play. You told all the group together. Why can't I, confront you in front of the rest of the group? That's just how I felt about that. But I appreciate that Stacy wanted to stand beside Mia. But I will say this, Stacy, tread very lightly, because you're sitting there trying to be a listening ear, trying to be supportive for Mia. This is the same woman. Give her a chance and she'll stab you in the front and in the back. Give her the opportunity. At the top of the season, she was the one calling you boring and saying that she really didn't want to hang around you. The rest of the girls don't really want to be around you. Okay? Don't trust her. I couldn't stand it watching Mia sit there and act as if she was the victim. And then she's going to sit there talking to Stacy. She makes the comment, what if somebody said that your husband wasn't Annabella's father? Is her daughter's name Annabella? Lilabella? I can't remember. She's a cute little girl though. Anyway, she says, and we don't know if Raven is really Ray's. And Stacy didn't say anything about how that was inappropriate. And Karen heard it. So I think that hurt Karen's feelings. And I think it would have pissed me off too. If you are my friend, I brought you into the group, I introduced you to the show, I'm bringing you on the show, and you hear somebody make a comment about my child not belonging to my husband, I do expect you to say, hey, don't do that. Let's not do that. Arabella, that's her name, I think. Anyway, I think that Mia's an ass. She really is. So Karen is upset now. She's mad at her. She feels that she doesn't have a right to be over there allowing Mia to say negative things about her and not support her, and also be over there as a listening ear to Mia. Now, my thing is, people are allowed to be friends with whoever the hell they want to be friends with. If she wants to be a listening ear to Mia, let her listen. However, don't sit there and let her talk shit about me while you're telling her how sad you are that I talk shit about her. Wendy, she tells Stacy, she says, listen, you need to pick a side. Whose side are you on? And Stacy makes the comment that she was just upset because Mia's children were brought up. And normally I would say, yeah, don't bring up the kids, but Mia and Gordon put this stuff out there. Mia and Gordon have used this as their storyline all season, and you've been there, Stacy. So you have seen Mia try to pull out the fake tears, try to weaponize Gordon's mental health problem. No, this is not okay. I think that you're on the wrong team, but you do have the right to make your decisions on what the hell it is you want to do. They're finally going in, getting ready to see Ashley's drag show. Kate was on the show, and I think she's from Below Deck, but I know her from Traders US season 1 and season 2. And if we're lucky, they'll slide Kate into season 3 too. I like her. She does not fool around. But I think she also co-hosted that show with Giselle. And was it Portia was the third host, or was it somebody else? I'm not sure, but I really do like Kate. Jazzy arrived. We didn't get to see much of Jazzy, but I do hear, from the blogs and the internet that Jazzy was cut out due to some lies Mia told, allegedly. So hopefully that'll be brought up on the reunion and we can find out what the hell went on. Josh arrives, and Giselle takes him right over to Ashley's family and introduced him as Ashley's new boo. And I thought, did Ashley ask you to do that? Because if I was Ashley, I wouldn't appreciate you marching him over there to introduce him to my family. Maybe I wanted to do that on my own. But Ashley clearly has told her family about him because her mom jumped right up and said, hey, Josh, and hugged him. So, that was good, at least. So Ashley's debut was really cute. She deserved all the applause that she received. That takes some guts. I mean, even though Ashley is a little petite, cute girl, it still takes some guts to get out there and drag, dance all over the stage, pull out your boobies with your Uncle Lump in the audience. When they flashed to Uncle Lump, you could tell that he was proud of her, but you could see that he also felt a little awkward about seeing her tatas. You know what I mean? It was a little much for an uncle. But her family was there for her. Her mom was excited. They gave her a big old hug. Giselle said that Ashley really turned her on. Karen said that she had stolen Ashley away from Jacqueline because Ashley brought Karen on the stage and included her in the performance. I thought that was really cute. I really did. So Karen pulls Ashley to the side and lets her know that Mia was lying. And Ashley was completely shocked. I mean, she was shocked. And I said to myself, why though? Why though? Mia is one for lying. Mia loves attention, whether it's good or bad. Mia is always on the lookout for a good storyline. I have no idea why any of these girls are shocked. So all the girls said their eyes are open to Mia. Their eyes are open. They're sick of it. They're not going to be dealing with this mess with Mia anymore. They're not going to believe it or listen to it. Okay, right. They should have known that from the start. Kay, Karen, Ashley, and Giselle get together for a little lunch, and all the ladies looked beautiful. I loved all of their dresses they were wearing. They looked really cute. They talked about Mia and said how they felt bamboozled by her. And again, you allowed yourself to be bamboozled by her. That's ridiculous. Kay opens up about her and Greg's relationship, and she was crying again. Now, is this the 5th or 6th time so far this season that we've seen her crying about Greg? Giselle says something that I have said multiple times. You should never dim your light to let someone else shine. I have said that how many times? My mom always told me and my siblings every chance she got, If she saw us headed down a light where we were trying to hide who we were to impress or to empower someone else, she would always tell us, absolutely not. This is your light. Let it shine. And that's also one of my favorite songs from church. When we were living in West Virginia and we used to go to this church called the Morning Star Baptist Church, it was the cutest little church in the holler. Anyway, Mr. Peoples would always request every Sunday that we sung This Little Light of Mine. And oh my gosh, I would belt that song out like nobody's business. To this day, every time I think about This Little Light of Mine, I think about Mr. Peoples and the Morning Star Baptist Church. Anyway, never dim your light for somebody else. Absolutely not. My thing is this: if Greg cannot get on board with what she needs and what's going on, there are plenty of fish in the sea. I don't think that Greg is used to dating someone like her. First of all, she's beautiful. She's smart. She is very independent. She is a go-getter. She is young. She's got a lot of life to live. You don't have to be with Greg. Greg seems to be a little bit older than her. He seems to be old-fashioned. And I think that he's nervous that if she's out becoming the woman that she's supposed to be, that she'll realize that he's boring and she doesn't want to be with him. I'm also wondering if maybe he's worried about his own career. You are a counselor who doesn't seem to be able to get in touch with your emotions or work through hers. I wouldn't want you as my therapist. I'm sick of you, Greg. There is plenty of fish in the sea. You can move on, leave his ass, go on about your business. You do not need to change for him. In a relationship, there's supposed to be give and take. There are supposed to be compromises. You shouldn't always have to give while he sits back and does absolutely nothing but take. Fuck you, Greg. I'm really tired of Greg. All right, we'll talk about Greg a little more later. So we see Mia picking Ink up from the airport. And I said, how many times do we have to see Mia pull up in her fancy car while Ink's little tiny ass jumps into the driver's seat? I'm sick of it. She gets to the airport and she picks him up. And he says that Gordon texted him about the paternity. And he doesn't believe that Gordon actually took a paternity test.
Well, there are results in my inbox. It says that it's 99.9%.
For the past year, you all have been operating without boundaries, taking a toll on us to a certain degree.
Boundaries for what? Clearly you don't know shit about boundaries. Fuck you too, Ink. Clearly you don't know anything about boundaries. You have been laying it low and spreading it wide with this man's wife on and off the whole time they've been married. Nasty buzzard. And not only that, you're sitting around here trying to tell the entire world that you might possibly be the father of this man's child, the child he has been raising since day one. And you think that they need to set up boundaries? Boy, you better learn what the fuck a boundary is. You should not be around those children or that man's wife. This is that man's family, and he should be able to do whatever the fuck he wants when it comes to taking a paternity test for his child. Step the fuck off, you raggedy fucker. And you know something else, Mia? You piss me off. You are so trashy. You have brought all this bullshit around, and your children are going to grow up one day and see this. They are going to be heartbroken, devastated, and completely shocked that you would be so filthy to use this shit as a storyline. You have degraded yourself. You have degraded their father, and you have fucked up their relationships. You are really crazy. I am so sick of this woman. Anyway, oh my gosh, I was not expecting to say that. I really wasn't. But that really just pisses me off. Those children deserve better. They deserve privacy. They deserve respect. And they should not have to be bothered with fucking Ink. You are just nuts. You have to get a divorce and then start dating somebody. And even if you do want to date them, that doesn't mean you need to bring them around these children. When you and him separated and you got your own place, good, cool, great. See Ink, but see him somewhere else. Those kids should not have to look at him, talk to him, or be around him, period. You are not a divorced woman. Fuck you, girl. Oh, all right. I'm sorry about that. Peeps, I'm sorry. Jeez. That just upset me. Those kids deserve better. And you know what? To be honest, Gordon is not perfect. Gordon fucks up on a regular basis too, but he deserves better. The mental health community deserves better. Bipolar people are good people. You got people thinking that bipolar people are just all over the fucking place all the time. They're not. Anyway, give me a second. Oh, that really just burns me to the ground. Okay, so Mia does have a new confessional look. I hated it. I don't know if it was the wig or that bad lip liner. But you know, I don't know a lot about fashion. That could have been a good wig, and that could also be good lip liner. I just don't know. Anyway, Stacy is working for this shelter, and she's putting on this strutting with the dogs, charity event. It's called something else, but I can't remember it. And I'm still thinking about Mia's nasty ass. She's at the shelter. She's meeting with the people that she's going to be working with. Her and Ashley are there, and they are going to pick out Ashley's dog that she's going to walk the runway with. Those dogs were so cute, and I can't go to places with puppies because every time I see them, I want to take them all home. So Stacy tells Ashley that she has had her second mediation appointment with her husband, and they only have one more mediation to go before, they're headed off to divorce for the final process. And I said, Ashley don't know shit about that. Her and Michael have been going through this divorce for 3 or 4 years. They are still doing this bullshit. She tells Ashley that she has decided to waive her child support. Ashley looked at her the way we all looked at her last week and this week. We were all saying, what the fuck? Why would you do that? That makes no sense. Ashley says, what if he gets married? Oh, he's her father. I know my husband. Do you? Do you know your husband? Because you didn't know him during the first mediation when you found out all the shit he was lying about. Girl, you are really slow. This is ridiculous. I love Stacy. I like her. She's classy. She's cute. She's sweet. But she is really playing the fool here. Like Ashley said, the last she checked, you don't even have a job. And you told your attorney that he makes multiple times more money than you. There is no way you should leave yourself open for him to pull the rug right from under your fucking feet. You need child support and alimony. Girl, call Sutton. Shit, she'll tell you. You got to do better. This is ridiculous. We see Greg and Kay. They're in the car. She's trying to have a conversation with him. But of course, he doesn't want to be on camera, and he doesn't want to talk about how he behaves towards her, especially not on camera, I assume. So he's giving her silent treatment pretty much. I said, this motherfucker here. Anyway, they get to the restaurant. He can barely open the damn door. And then when they sit down, the shady ass cameraman, editors, production, the team at Bravo zooms right in on his raggedy ass feet, flip-flops. I mean, this looked like a nice location. She was dressed beautifully from head to toe, and this jackass is wearing flip-flops. Anyway, I don't like Greg, but Kay's new confessional look, she is killing it. Okay, she looks amazing. And that lipstick she was wearing, I loved it. I have no idea what color that is, but that color is perfect. I loved it. So Greg is telling her that sometimes she just needs to go with the flow, calm down, relax. Absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely not. You can only calm down and go with the flow for a moment. After a while, it's like, fuck you, dude. You need to listen to what the hell I'm trying to tell you. You are not giving. You're just taking. You're selfish. I keep telling you how important it is for me to work, to live, to be a part of the Real Housewives. This means a lot to me. This is good for her business too. And all he cares about is himself.
Can you give me a napkin? Thank you. You can be a little bit dismissive to that need for me. I don't know if you understand. I think it's valid feelings that have been dismissed.
But I disagree. I have not dismissed your feelings.
That's how I feel.
Okay. I don't dismiss it at all.
Greg is a little bit of a bitch in my opinion. Sorry. But I'm sick of you. Goodbye, Greg. Can you believe him? Seriously, the woman is crying and she has to ask you for a tissue. Who raised you? You know what, Kay, please, you can do better. I have a feeling that if she has not already broken up with Greg, after this season is aired and her mom sees all of this shit, I'm pretty sure her mom's gonna have a full conversation with her about Greg, because we've only seen her mom a little bit, but it didn't seem as if her mother was that, into Greg. I think that they're just from two different worlds. Oh, he's a bit straight-laced and extremely old-fashioned. I don't think that he ever thought that he'd be able to pull a lady like Kay. And he's just trying to hold on to her. I think he might be a little insecure. I think that Greg is taking advantage of this young lady, and she needs to go on about her business. He's not worth it. We see Stacy at Vivian's. Remember, Vivian and Stacy and Karen are all friends. And she's using Vivian's designs from her store, which is great advertisement for Vivian. They show that she's texted an invitation to the group to let them know to all meet at Vivian's, and then they will pick out their dresses that they're going to wear for the event, as well as get a chance to see a photo of the dog that they're going to be walking with. The video that she sent for the invitation with her daughter Arabella, which I'm pretty sure it's Arabella, was extremely cute. Arabella is adorable. Karen texts her back and lets her know that she will not be showing up at Vivian's because of the way she acted in her comments at Ashley's drag event, but she would be there at the charity event and she will write a check to support the charity.
It's just not in my nature to stand there and watch someone be berated.
I received
that.
that.
Berated is a strong term.
I agree with Ashley. Again, I would just have to say, Stacy, don't trust Mia. I think later you're going to realize that Mia's full of shit, and she's going to do something to upset you or hurt you or say something crazy to you at some point. If any boundaries, Inc., need to be set, Stacy might want to set some boundaries with Mia, because she's going to turn on you at some point.
You didn't have the respect enough to say, hey, Karen, you know what?
I'm Karen about what out of respect?
About the fact that we're here today in Vivian's store.
Yes.
And you didn't say, hey, Karen, just FYI, I'm inviting the girls to her shop.
Well, I disagree, because Vivian is also my friend, and I've known Vivian longer than I've known Karen.
Now, this shit with Giselle and Karen and Vivian, that was the dumbest shit I ever heard. It really is. I don't give a damn if you did enter to Vivian, which she didn't. Stacy said that she's been friends with Vivian before she even knew Karen. But I think that's dumb as hell. Don't come in here with this bullshit, Giselle. Karen is upset because Stacy didn't reach out to tell her that she was having an event at Vivian's. I think that Vivian should be offended by this as well. What is this any of your damn business? First of all, this is Vivian's business. Not only that, this is Stacy's charity. This don't have a damn thing to do with the Grand Dame. And nobody has to fucking call you to tell you that I'm going to be having the girls over to Vivian's. Get the fuck on. I didn't appreciate that. Not even a tiny bit. Please grow the hell up, Giselle and Karen. And Ashley, too, for falling for the bullshit, talking about, just give her a little heads up. Heads up for what? Giselle in the whole, she don't want to be in the events. She didn't know she did charities. I would like to say freeze, hold, shut the hell up on that, too. You threw that woman the hell out of your charity. There is no way in hell that I would have wrote you a check after getting thrown the hell out of there. Giselle said the second event she was there, she didn't write a check either. Listen, I don't know why she didn't write a check the second event. The second event went much better, but maybe she was still pissed off about how you behaved at the first one. I don't know. And the whole thing about the dog bites and you'll be there. Who gives a shit? Come if you want to. Don't come if you don't. At least if you do get there, 9 times out of 10, Stacy's not going to throw you the hell out. What the hell is wrong with Giselle? So then we see Eddie and Wendy, and Eddie is such a such a cool husband. He is so relaxed, so smooth, so supportive. He lets Wendy know that the White House is called and they would like for her to film an episode of Dr. Wendy's show with the White House press secretary. Wendy is so excited. She is screaming from the top of her lungs. She is thinking about what kind of wig she's going to wear, what kind of dress is she going to wear. But one thing she was also thinking about was Karen. She told him that she was so honored when Karen invited her to go to Surrey when she got the key to her town. She was so proud of Karen's family for buying back the land that they were slaves on. And now she wants to give back and take Karen to the White House because slaves built the White House. And I thought, look at Wendy. She is so kind and she is so supportive. I really love this Wendy. Then we see Stacy meet up with Mia. And, you know, as soon as Mia sits down at the table, she starts talking about how Gordon's mental health, he is spiraling. He is all over the place. We are having a hard time. Oh my gosh. Really? There is absolutely nothing else that you could have talked to her about. It's just Gordon's mental health. He's spiraling. Every time we have seen him on camera, we have not seen this man spiraling. It only happens when she's there with no camera and you know, he's spiraling. Shut up. Then she says that she was pissed off that Gordon shared their family personal business with somebody who's an acquaintance. Ray, girl, shut the hell up. You and Gordon shared your entire business with the national television audience and all the girls. Are you kidding me? You're upset with him for sharing the truth. That's what it is. You're upset with him for stopping your storyline, for stopping your bullshit, from stopping you from pretending to be the victim. Then you see that flashback where they showed Mia on the phone with Gordon and she said, Karen said that I've known the whole time. That is not what she said. She said that you've known for a week and you knew it when you were in Panama. And Jacqueline busted you out because the episode before that, Jacqueline said, well, she wasn't ready to talk about it.
That I shouldn't be friends with Wendy. She said that Wendy is completely self-absorbed and that I should never trust her and she's only out for herself.
Does Wendy know these things?
I would love to share this moment.
Like who?
I would say Karen because it's a full circle moment. Karen inviting me when she received the key to Surrey County. It was just so amazing to have a front row seat at something so big for her. And queens recognize queens.
Now, Stacy, I'm going to say, I do believe that Karen said that. If Karen did say that, that is some nasty work. But I do believe she said that. And I love how production put in all the times that Wendy stood up for Karen. However, I don't know if I would ever trust Stacy again for sharing the information, but that's what housewives do. And as far as I'm concerned, that's just Stacy's way of securing her a spot on the show next season. I don't think that Wendy is self-absorbed at all. I think that all the women on the show, they all can be self-absorbed from time to time. But I think it's just a natural thing that happens, especially when you get to be popular, famous, and rich. I don't think that Stacy should have shared that information with Mia either, because Mia is definitely going to use this against you, which is going to cause a lot of problems for you. And if you were really concerned because you like Wendy so much, why didn't you just have this conversation with Wendy? Why are you having this conversation with Mia? Not only that, if you're also upset with Karen and this is why you're sharing this information, why didn't you just wait to have a conversation with Karen first before you decided to come out with this information and give it to Mia? Because Mia is going to run and tell everybody as soon as possible. And then I thought, you and Karen have had a little falling out and you just, released the secrets. Yeah, I definitely would have had a face-to-face conversation with Karen before I just dropped all the stuff that I knew. I don't know. I'd like to hold on to my friendships, but I do realize this is a little different. These are housewives and this is what they do. And this is definitely going to bring some entertainment. But I don't want to see Wendy hurt. But I do believe that Karen said that. What do you guys think? Do you think that Karen said those things about Wendy? Get down in the comments and let me know. And until next time. Bye.